Hey guys, my name's Lauren, and in today's video, well, before I get to today's video, I can neither confirm nor deny that there may or may not be a new build in the pipeline. So I want to hear what you think that I'm up to. Leave it in the comments what you think is going to happen with my new build that I've got coming up. But that's all I'm going to say. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for future videos. In today's video, I'm doing a full comprehensive update on the tank behind me, including new corals, an ick update on that situation, just how everything is running in the tank. I'm going to be going through all of that today. Also, a little bit later, I'm going to be showing you a new fishy addition. I wasn't really planning on it, but he was on death row and it was either I take him or he goes in the freezer. So I wasn't going to let that happen, so I'll be showing you him a little bit later as well. But before we get into all of that, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the bell so that you're notified when I'm uploading new videos. And as always, a massive thank you to my subscribers and supporters. It makes making these videos possible, so thank you so much. Right, so first of all, I'll get the ick situation thing out the way because I kind of feel like I've done these update videos, but it's getting kind of boring. There isn't much to update on, so I thought I'd kind of close that chapter in this video by saying that things are really going well with the ick situation. Since I came back from holidays a few weeks ago, I've barely seen any spots whatsoever, like a few spots here and there, but it's really been extremely minimal compared to those first sort of shots where you could see them covered in ick. So other than continue to give you updates where there's really nothing to update on, I'm going to close that chapter and say we're all good. I haven't lost any fish to ick. I've just continued to feed them really well, keep up with my maintenance of the tank and the canister filters. Honestly, there's not much more to say. None of them look like they're on their deathbed or anything like that. They never really have. So yeah, of course, if it flares up in the future and things start going badly, I will let you know for sure. But yeah, there's no point in doing update videos when there's nothing to update on because they're all doing really well. Getting onto the corals, I had some family come down from Geraldton in Western Australia and they came bearing corals. Like, I will always accept people coming to stay if they come bearing corals. Like, we need to make that a doormat or something. But yeah, there's nothing more that makes my day than someone standing at the front door with a white esky full of corals. So anyway, I'll show you what I got. Let's see if the fish will actually get out the way so you can see. But I got this new gonny, few zoas. So I've got a little zoa garden happening here now. So a few different types there. I got some blastos. So I got one there. They're both the same color, and one there. Also got those zoas here. And I also got this frog spawn as well, so that'll grow up nicely and cover that rock. But yeah, everything's going really well. Up here I've got some morphs that are going really well there. I've got these awesome speckled morphs here, and the brain coral behind there. That one wasn't actually doing too good, the brain coral, because I had it down here, down there, but when I was feeding it, the fish were actually eating off the brain coral and actually eating, I think they were actually damaging the coral by trying to eat the food that was coming off it, as the coral was trying to eat it. So I put it up there because the fish don't usually like to go up there, so hopefully I can help him recover up there, and he'll be less harassed with the fish when I try to feed them. But these are all going really well up here, growing nicely. I've popped this guy here, which is really nice there. The GSP on the back wall is going really well. I'm just trying to get the flow right, but yeah, he's liking it up there. This Gorgonian up here is doing really well. I love them, they're just beautiful. So he's doing really well. The Signalaria trees here are doing really well. The waving hand coral's doing really well down here as well. This sponge coral's doing really well. I haven't noticed a huge amount of growth in it, but it's still alive. I'm just not sure how fast, maybe a little bit of growth at the top there. I'm just not sure how fast they're actually meant to grow. But yeah, still doing really well there, which is good. Got my Kenya tree coral up here that I fragged, so that's doing really well. Then I've got some more waving hand coral over here. It's really interesting. It's one of the ones that people really point out that they like when they come and look at my tank, like people who don't know anything about corals. It's funny to see which ones they point out as the ones that they really like, and that one's always a winner. Also this guy up here, which he just decides to look really sad, a bit like leather corals. He looks a bit sad every now and then, but he's also a crowd pleaser. But yeah, just loving the morphs and the zoas, like just really like them for those sort of sections there. Got that zoa up the back there, all doing really well, and all settling into the tank nicely. Got this cabbage coral here that's doing really well. I did have him up here, but then decided to do the zoa garden up here. I think it just fits that space a little bit better. So he's now gone down here and still going all good. I've got a few different morphs. You see there's a blue one in there. But yeah, I sort of just tried to, it's really hard with such a big tank to fill it out, but I've sort of just tried to put bits of colour here and there. So with the morphs, I'm trying to spread them out throughout the tank. So just bits of pops of colour. That's what I really like them for. So hopefully once they start to spread, it'll just look really nice. I'm loving these zoas at the moment. I'd love to get some more for all the little, you know, joins in the rocks. I just think it really makes a nice natural look. If you see there and up there, I think it's just a really nice look on the tank. And you know what, looking back, I'm just like, I really hesitated to get zoas because of the whole fear about the toxins and stuff like that. Like, I am totally addicted to zoas now. I want all of them. So I don't know why I hesitated. They're such great corals. And for those of you who watched my video on how to grow Tito in your display tank, I did upgrade it to the big box and it has grown heaps. So there's heaps of it in there. Once a week I just go in and swish it around, and yeah, it's growing really well. So I found that's been working for me. I do have this cheap surface skimmer which I clean out once a week. I ended up buying some extra sponges so that once a week I can take one out, put a fresh one in, clean it out, and then I just sort of alternate it weekly like that. Alright guys, so I was just doing a quick clean out of this, and I actually got a new cleanup crew member and I haven't been able to find him, and I just found him. So I got myself a pygmy sea hare and he is now in here, which is probably why it's not been working as good as it should have. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this. Oh dear, there he goes. He just looks like a blob. But he's actually kind of adorable. So it turns out he wants to stay in there, so I couldn't get him out, so that's all right. He can stay. My canister filters are going really well. It's funny because when I got canister filters, people are like, oh, they clog up really easily. And I mean, I do maintain mine quite regularly, so maybe if you know, didn't clean it for months or whatever, it would clog up quite easily, but I haven't found any issues in terms of clogging up. I try and do alternating fortnightly cleans. Because I've got 2 on this tank, I do 1 per week, and it's really not that bad. So yeah, I've been finding no issues at all with it. It's been doing the trick really well, so that's good. My anemone guards are working an absolute treat for my wave makers. Algae grows really fast on there, so I've chucked some snails on there. They are keeping the algae at bay, which is awesome. They are, yeah, 10 out of 10 helpful. As you can see, the sand is really sparse in some areas, and that's because Joyce likes to redecorate the tank, and she will yeah, basically move it all to where she wants. I've stopped trying to fight it. I've just let it be and she can do what she wants. The sand can be whatever Joyce wishes it to be. I'm fine with that. Speaking of fish, this is the fish that I rescued off death row, basically. He's a speckled hawkfish. These guys apparently get to around 20 centimeters, and they are meant to be reef safe, but they can go after invertebrates like small snails and stuff like that. So yeah, we're gonna see how we go. I've got him in this tank just for the first few weeks, just to see if there's anything majorly wrong. Unfortunately, I didn't know anything about the tank that it came from, but yeah, I was just like, no worries, I'll make it work. Don't kill him, I will make it work. So I decided to call him Chucky because he's got the freckles like from Rugrats. I think he's an absolute character, so it's going to be very interesting adding him into this tank and seeing how he goes with the other fish. There's plenty of rock work in here for him to perch on and to enjoy. But yeah, that's the update on the 6 foot and everything that's been happening. As I said, I'm super excited to be sharing this new build with you. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled. Very exciting things to come. Of course, I'm going to be doing my regular updates on this tank as well. So yeah, very, very exciting times. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.